the fashion industry alone contribute to 10% of the carbon emission. 10%, right, contribute to 20% of the waterways, water pollution issue, right? Because of the garment dyeing, making new clothes every single second is damaging our planet at an accelerated rate right now.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Climate Confident podcast. My name is Tom Raftery, and with me on the show today, I have my special guest, Phoebe. Phoebe, welcome to the podcast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Tom. First of all, thank you for having me on the podcast. Hi, everyone. My name is Phoebe. I'm co-founder of Taelor. Taelor is a menswear rental subscription service with AI styling. So thanks for having me.
And tell me a little bit about yourself and your background, Phoebe. What made you get into this space?
Sure. So before starting Taelor, I was in the corporate world for 16 long years. And about 3 years ago, I met my co-founder now. A few years ago, we decided to join hands and start our first venture together. So a lot of people ask, why Taelor? Why menswear, right? Why get into the menswear space? In the beginning, honestly, we wanted to do women's clothing. Both Anya and myself, we've been using the clothing rental services for a long time. Companies like Rent a Runway, and then newly, there are many companies focusing on women. So as for myself, I found this kind of services fits my lifestyle perfectly because I'm a minimalist by nature. I don't like to own a lot of stuff. I wear it. I like it. I don't have to buy it, right? I send it back and get new ones. So it's perfect. That's why I've been renting clothes for years, haven't bought anything brand new in a long, long time.
And why menswear specifically?
Yeah, good question. We asked ourselves the question earlier. When we first started, of course, we both are very, very business driven. So we look at the marketplace at the time, a few years ago, and looking at the competitive landscape, who are the players in the market, in the rental space, right? Circular model. And we learned that, wow, the circular model is booming, growing much, much faster than the overall retail channels. And the rental model also growing very fast as compared to secondhand. At the time, most rental company focusing on women, more than 10 of them. But specifically for Anya and myself, we both love the service, but there's one big pain point, which is we had to spend a lot of time browsing through thousands of items just to pick one. And every time, when I'm ready to pick my own rental clothes, I'll have to spend at least an hour. That's the part that I don't like. As much as I love the service, but the browsing through thousands of items, spending time picking items, that's a part that we don't like. So when we first started, we interviewed a lot of people and realized that, wow, a lot of men actually have a similar problem. They do want to look great, but they don't want to spend time chasing after fashion. They don't want to think about what to buy, what to pick. So leveraging the technology, we figure, we can redesign the journey. Why do they have to pick? Why can't we already pick the clothes for them? Why can't we style them? They don't have to think about it. That's why we decided to leverage the technology and really focus on this specific pinpoint targeting men or simply, hey, shopping, hey, laundry. They need help.
No, it's true. Men, I know it's a generalization, but it applies to me. Men hate going into shops and shopping. I know I do anyway. So no, this sounds ideal. What about things like brands, though? If I want a particular brand, is that something that's available through your rental store, or do you just stock a limited number of brands and you have to choose from amongst those? How does that work?
Right now, we have over 100 clothing brands from all over the world. So at Taylor, I mentioned about our customers. They are busy professionals. They are single guys. They want to impress their dates. Or for work, they want to close a deal. And they are in a meeting, right? So they are meeting their friends. So there is a practical need for them to want to look more elevated. but they don't care so much about fashion. So that's why a lot of our customers, they don't necessarily come to us looking for a specific brand or looking for branded products. Our mission is really to help to also reduce the carbon footprint, right? How do we do that? In our case, through our business model, rental and resell. Why buy something that you don't even know you love and then let them sit in the closet collecting dust? Through the rental, now you can try something, and if anything you love, only if you love, you buy it, right? And then send it to someone else can try their own. By doing so, now we are able to extend the life of every single garment until the end of its life. I only care about quality. I only care about how you help me to look better. So
Mm.
those are the specific elements or problem that we're trying to solve. So that's why we focus on quality. Also, customer love something interesting, interesting features, interesting functions, so something functioning, comfortable. Yeah, also very important. Although right now there's a lot of amazing brands out there. We partner with over 100 brands and continue to expand our brands and also categories as well.
Okay. And you mentioned if your customer finds something they love, can they then purchase that through you as well? Or would they have to go elsewhere to purchase? They can only rent through you.
You know, right now we do have top, bottom, complete outfits. We put together 2 to 3 outfits every time, send it to our customers. They wear the clothes, they go out, meet people, anything they love, they can buy. They can keep it at a deep discount because a lot of time it's used secondhand. They can buy it. And then guess what? Our customer they've been asking us, do you have shoes? Do you have hats? Do you have belts? They want Taylor become their one-stop shop. They don't want to go to 10 different channels, buy different things, right? Our vision is to really be a one-stop shop, trusted brand for busy men. Anything they need, they can come to us. Any products for now, and then we plan to expand into services that we can consult and help them with their daily decision making.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One of the big pain points that I've come across when I buy clothes online is obviously sizing.
Mm,
I think the numbers for the apparel industry are much higher in terms of returns, which obviously generates its own carbon footprint.
mm,
So I think it's around 30% of
yeah.
stuff bought for clothes is returned, whereas for electronics, it's down around 5% or similar. How do you deal with that?
For our business model, because we really focus on styling the customer in terms of picking the right outfits for whatever occasion they are looking for. In terms of fits, fits is really, really important when it comes to
Mm,
menswear. Even though, the trend now, it's moving towards looser, more comfort fits. It used to
okay.
be slim fits, right? Even now, our slim fit customers, they are more open to try looser fits. So it's becoming more and more straight cuts, looser fits, right?
Okay.
Which have less of a problem when it comes to fits, right? That's in general. But how do we deal with fits, right? Picking the right fits for our customers. So we leverage the AI. Our technology help us process a customer information. When our customer go on board to become a member, they have to complete a simple style quiz that asks them question about their body measurement, if they have any specific fit issue. And one question that we do ask them, any brand specific that fits them best.
Right.
Because we ask them question about how tall are you? Some guys they don't know. So when we ask them question about what brand fits you best, that's a good indication for us. We have all the data and we know, okay, if you fit well in this brand, then you will fit well in this brand, right? And of course, yeah, we also capture all the fit information of all the brands that we carry. You receive the first shipment, you try it out our first picks for you, and you give us feedback. You will provide reviews. You say one of the clothes is too small on the shoulder. I have broad shoulder. I told you, but it's still too small. So those are the things that we can adjust in the next shipment. And our
Okay.
customer understand, when they receive their box, there are 6 items in the box, right? If 1 or 2 items just slightly too big, slightly too small, it's still not too bad. They can still try it out, give us feedback, and the next one we can fix it.
And you mentioned AI. Where does AI help out? I mean, is it things like demand forecasting? Is it sizing accuracy? Is it inventory rotation? Is it all of the above?
I think just right now the focus on styling and inventory prediction. Styling, in terms of finding the right fits for you and recommending the right outfits for you depending the occasion. We also consider information such as customer reviews, which product have higher purchase rates, right? Because those are a strong indication that customers are satisfied with those products. So we incorporate all those logics, and then similar profile, customer with similar needs or similar style preference. AI will help us to recommend them, similar outfits. And,
Hmm.
and then for inventory prediction, right? Because we have a lot of data points simply from our customers, right? Giving us feedback and our customer behavior too. What product do they like? And they give us review, thumbs up, thumbs down. For us, it's 1 to 5. And also, we break down our reviews by fits, by quality, by style, and overall. And all this data point help our AI to better predict what product we should buy more into, and also better to predict our demand based on each product utilization.
And so you can see the wear rate of different brands and different types of clothes. So you know which brands are higher quality than others.
That's right. Wear rate, more important, yeah, is a damage rate. And then their life cycle on average, how many times can I wear this specific product or specific brand on average? We have all the metrics. So we know, right? So that's why, I really believe, even if you pay $200 for a shirts versus $80 for a shirts, when it comes to quality, it doesn't really matter at all. The $80 shirts can last equally long, if not longer. So we have all the information, which is very, very critical, I think, for a business model, and also play part in saving the environment in the sense that, yes, we are promoting high quality products, truly high quality products, promoting them, introduce them to our customers based on real data.
Okay. And is it business wear? Is it casual, business casual? I want to go clubbing tomorrow night. Which of these, or is it all of these as well?
Yeah, but well, everyday occasion, whether it's social work, clubbing, except for right now we don't have formal wear. So if you want to go to a formal event that require tuxedo, we don't carry that yet. That market, it's already very crowded. There's a lot of companies offer tuxedo formal wear. So we are not in this space for now. We do have a plan to expand more through partnership.
Do the traditional apparel brands benefit economically, do you think, from longer garment life cycles?
I'm glad that you asked. Yes, I believe so. Right now, a lot of brands, the biggest pain point for them is they don't have a lot of data. They test out their products in the early development phase, and then they produce, then they launch, and then it's out of their hands, right? And how much the customers share about the quality is very, very little. They only share when they have something specific they don't like. Usually it's extreme cases, something that they really love, right? Nothing in between. So you miss a
Hmm.
lot of feedback in the typical e-com model. Our customers are a lot more willing to share feedback because they want to make sure, the next shipment I receive is better fits. So I better tell
Yeah.
you, right? I want to tell you. So that's why within a very short period of time, as soon as we launch a brand and we launch it to our customers, within a couple of weeks, we receive a lot of data that we can share with our clothing brands. So they know, wow, yeah, the product actually, is not performing quite well as they thought in terms of quality. Taylor told me after 3 washes, the sweater start piling. Something positive. Customer love this specific style. You know why they love it, right? Because, oh wow, it's very stretchy, very comfortable. Those are specific details are very useful for our clothing brands, for them to decide whether or not they will expand the collection, whether or not they will continue to use specific fabrics to expand the collection. And for some of our brands, they also leverage on data to help them better position themselves in the US markets in terms
Okay.
of their branding, their pricing. The feedback that we provide is very helpful for international brands that have the intention to get into the US markets, right? So we become their test vehicle, their research partner. And for all the brands, including US brands, Taylor essentially can become their research firm in the sense that, hey, I have new collection that I want to test out. I want to get very quick feedback. We can help them with that. They can also come to Taylor. We have a lot of out of season products that we are trying to get rid of instead of burning the clothes, right? In some cases, brands do will throw them away. They can send them over to us and then we can continue to use them because for Taylor, we focus on styling. So anything last year, we can still use them. So we essentially is the one-stop shop for clothing brands, one-stop shop solution for them to help them monetize their inventory, maximize their return.
What happens to the clothes at the end of Taylor's life when you decide, okay, now this item of clothing has had enough wear, it's damaged, and I don't feel good sending it out to customers? What happens then?
Mhm. We sell them at a minimal value to upcycle companies. So they take the clothes, they decompose them, make something new out of it. So that's one channel. And we also donate. We do donation as well.
Cool. And do you think customers are joining primarily for climate reasons or for convenience reasons or for access to decent clothes reasons or some other reason that I haven't mentioned?
Yeah, it's all of the above. If you look at the numbers, the circular fashion is growing, secondhand market is growing, right? So a recent article, research paper by McKinsey, Gen Z is driving the demand in the circular models. They're more conscious about the environment, about the decision, right? And that's one reason. And then two is that, because of the growing second-hand marketplaces, right? And e-commerce companies. So allowing consumers now to not only buy, they can also sell. The younger
Mm,
generation are very smart, right? They wanna buy. When they buy something, they already think about, what is the resale value of this product. And they want to sell it, and they want to sell it later on. They can do so now because there's a lot of platform. That's driving the behavioral change. And our customers, why they choose Taylor, why they come to Taylor, the number one reason is actually convenient. They want to save time. People who don't know so much about fashion, that's why they come to us through Taylor styling, our AI styling. We help them save time, help them look great seamlessly. It's simply, a better way to look great, not having to shop anymore. And of course, we have customers who come to us, they want more variety. They want to expand their wardrobe through the styling rental model. Now they can try different outfits. They can look differently or surprise themselves, surprise people around them. The trend now is for guys who are very used to wearing skinny jeans, not so much anymore, slim fit jeans or pants. Now they are more open to try something looser, comfort,
yeah.
straight fits, right? Looks very cool because it's on trend. That's the beauty of the rental model because you're not buying. You're not forced to keep any specific item. So Now we are more willing to try. And then through that, for our customers, usually within the first few months, their style change. They discover, for guys who don't know about their style, they discover their style.
And does Taylor make suggestions like, say, oh, I like this shirt, for example, what would be good jeans to go with that, or what would be a good top to go with that? Are those kind of suggestions available on the site as well?
So when we put together outfits, usually it's complete outfits that they can mix and match with different items, right? A pair of jeans,
Oh,
of course, you can create multiple outfits. And we will share our human stylists, also AI, will craft a notes. We call styling notes. And they can read, okay, my stylist Melissa say I should pair this jacket with this quarter zip underneath, and then with this pair of chino, and then what kind of shoes. And they can also read the styling notes on their account page on their app. This is actually very important for our customers. Once they receive the clothes, they don't necessarily know what to do. There's so many different color, different top, different pants. So it's really important.
when you started out on this journey, was there any particular early signal that told you that this model would scale beyond just a niche, say, sustainability audience?
When we first started, we did a pilot, and then we have a lot of people who join us on the wait list. People, because when we first started, we only have size medium because we want to
Okay.
test out, we want to test the concept, test out the model. But when we launch it, when we go out there, wow, a lot of people are interested everywhere across the US. They are not in specific region. They are not in New York only, California only. They are everywhere. And we also look at their profession. Again, pretty diverse. Even though we learned one thing in common is people facing professionals. There is a need for them to look great. There are
Hmm.
sales, there are professors, there are consultants, there are realtors, also single guys who want to impress their dates. That's when we realize, wow, we are actually hitting a mainstream markets. We're talking about a lot of guys. We're talking about a lot of guys who don't know much about fashion. They don't care about fashion. They hate shopping. They hate laundry, right? So all those things that learn, we realize, wow, this is a big market for us.
Yeah, yeah. And what didn't work? What was harder than expected? Where did you have your initial kind of roadblocks and that you've managed to push through?
Early on, the year ones, it's balancing the growth and also at the same time focusing on our customers. And that's why in the beginning, when we have a lot of customers, we have customer in different sizes. What do we do? I think it's very tempting, to just do everything all at once. And I think because we also want to grow fast, right? As an early startup, that's very important. We decided to really, really focus in really understanding our customer pain point and then building a perfect journey to serve our customers. With that, we really need to focus on continue to improve our user experience, our customer journey, and continue to enhance, improve our AI, and trying to balance both and making sure that we can keep our customers. Customer retention is equally important than just grow and hit every single market. And I think learning the customer who are persona, who are customers early on, and continue to fine tune our service, our products to them is super, super important. Yeah.
Okay. And if fashion were designed for circularity from day one, what would look different?
It will make a huge impact. A small decision that you and I can make a huge impact. If we turn the entire fashion industry into a circular model, it will make a great impact. Today, the fast fashion is still doing a lot of damage. The fashion industry alone contributes to 10% of the carbon emission. 10%, right, contribute to 20% of the water waste, water pollution issue, right? Because of the garment dyeing. That means, making new clothes every single second is damaging our planet at an accelerated rate right now because of the fast fashion, because we produce clothes faster than ever. We reproduce clothes faster than ever, right? And we are throwing clothes into the landfill more than ever. So reducing overproduction, reduce waste, reduce pollution ultimately. So that all depends on, our decision, our daily consumption decision from the user perspective, right? How we consume. Do we buy brand new or do we try rental? And encourage the user, the listeners, right? If you never rented the clothes before, give it a try.
Phoebe, if people would like to know more about yourself or any of the things we discussed on the podcast today, where would you have me direct them?
Yeah, they can check out Taelor at taelor.style. They can find our services there, or they can find our contact information there. And you can share our LinkedIn information, right? Yeah, if you want to try out the service, you can apply this promo code to get 25% discount, podcast 25.
Phoebe, we're coming towards the end of the podcast now. Is there any question that I did not ask that you wish I did, or any aspect of this we haven't touched on that you feel it's important for people to be aware of?
No, Tom, I think you asked a lot of great questions. We cover a lot of good topics.
Nice. Phoebe, that's been really interesting. Thanks a million for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you.